Hello, my name is Michaela Hess, and this is Two-Faced. On today's episode, we'll be talking about if you are the same person on and off social media. Today, we'll be talking to Eden Bilbo about her social media experiences.
I feel like I am the same person on and off social media.
Why do you say that?
I feel like anything I post, I personally do agree with, and I've expressed that around my friends and family. So when I post that, it's not too out of the ordinary that I would say something like that.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how many followers do you have?
I have 483 followers.
Wow, that's a lot. Another question, what age did you get social media?
I initially got social media when I was 12 years old.
That's young.
Yeah, that is pretty young.
You think that's too young?
I think that is way too young. I had a lot of bad experiences with social media when I was younger. When I first got social media, about 2 years in, a girl did steal my face and I had to get it reported, and I completely went off social media because I was scared about somebody taking my face again. So I just completely cut out social media at all, and I just started again when I got to high school.
When you were younger, how did social media affect you?
When I was younger, social media, when my friends would see something and they thought it was kind of cringy or embarrassing when I was like 12 years old, of course, I would just be like, oh, come, let me take it down real quick. But I think over the years, after having it for so long, it doesn't really affect me anymore. I post what I want, and if you don't like it, you don't like it.
That's a very good answer. That's very interesting. What would people see if they looked at your social media page right now?
If you looked at my social media right now, you would see me, of course, because I do love to post myself. You'd also see my cat, and you see a lot of quotes about spirituality and being yourself.
That's interesting. Would people know the real you on and off social media, even though you do post a lot by yourself and your spirituality? But would they actually know that that is who you are?
I feel like I show myself, but I don't show the full experience of Eden. I feel like I don't show my humor. I really just like to show my physical appearance on social media. But I feel like I drop some hints about what I like and who I am.
Okay. Do you think that society is one of the biggest contenders in making people change who they are on social media?
I believe that society is 100% the leading factor of that, especially because of things like body shaming and just Instagram models being super popular and editing their pictures. It can make a lot of girls feel insecure if they lack self-confidence. So I honestly feel like if you're confident in yourself, you should be fine going into it. But also social media is affected by other things like jobs and scholarships and all that. You have to act a certain way to receive those things. So you can never really 100% be yourself on social media.
Okay. Why do you think some people try and make themselves so perfect?
I feel like people probably do that just because they lack self-confidence or self-love. I feel like if you love yourself entirely, you would be confident enough to not care what other people think and be confident enough in your body. I know it takes time, because personally I used to have those issues, but I feel like everybody can get to that point where they really love themselves, and it doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
That's nice. Do you have any tips for those people who have problems with self-esteem and have problems with their body image?
I would say get a very good group of friends who will not judge you and will support you through everything. I would also say get off social media for a little while. Spend some time just focusing on the rest of your life and look at yourself and just look in the mirror and be like, I'm that girl.
Okay, I have one last question for you. Why do you think people pretend to be someone else on social media?
I feel like people pretend to be somebody else on social media just because they're scared of what other people will think of them and what other people will say. But honestly, nobody's paying as much attention to you as you think they are. People might see you and think, oh, that's weird, but then they're not going to remember that by tomorrow. It's all in your head.